Hello there, it is I. No violin video for you today. There's a violin up there. Today I'm going to talk about something different, and I want to preface this video by saying, as I sometimes do, I don't mean to use you as my therapist. I know that you know my therapist, and if you feel like I'm using you too much like a therapist, then please tell me. But at the same time, I really like this, to use this as sort of an outlet, and also getting feedback from you guys is really nice. But I do want to say that I am on the waiting list for a new therapist. I haven't been in therapy in about a year, and I've been trying to get into it, but something always comes up. I was going there this October actually, but something like always comes up, so it's postponed. So now I'm waiting until the 3rd of December, and that therapist isn't. It's not really to talk about my issues, to be honest. It's just this sort of. It's recommended that I talk to someone when I start testosterone, but I've been on testosterone for 2 months shy of a year in December, so I don't really know if that will help much, but maybe I'll definitely try and talk to that therapist about some other things. But anyway, today I thought I would talk about something that I evidently have thought about today. I was looking into university because I was just sitting there in my bed, really quite bored and not knowing what to do with my life. So I was like, hey, what if we do something so productive and we look into uni and potential courses and potential unis and potential places in general and how it works, because ever since I was very small, I've always wanted to go to school in England, and I was actually going to this year, my second year of Norwegian college / sixth form / high school. 3 years. I'm in my second year now, in the beginning of it. I was going to do it this year, but things just didn't work out in my transition and stuff in time for this, so I decided not to go. But I'm going to uni in, unless I take a gap year, I'm going to uni in a year and a year and a half, let's say. Not quite, but wait, how am I gonna calculate this? Yeah, a year and 3/4 of a year, maybe. I suppose I should start maybe looking into what I want to do. It's not that long of a time, and it may be wise to at least try and just dip my fingers into the water of uni opportunities and check out if any of those seem interesting to me. And the thing is, which I realised, which is really quite sad, is that, frankly, I have no ambitions. I really have no dreams or hopes for the future. I don't have anything I want to achieve. I would like to improve on the violin, but that's not really a big deal. And it's weird, because people have different dreams. Some people want to work hard to one day be able to afford a really nice car, or they want to one day sing at Madison Square Garden, I don't know, or they want to own their own restaurant, or they want to work with animals in Africa somewhere, and they want to travel the world. And especially the latter would be really nice, but it's just, I don't have any dreams. There's nothing I want to achieve in life. I mean, besides the normal stuff, like I want to make people happy, I want to make the world a better place if I can. Is that sort of stuff, but it's so vague. It's not really, there's not one specific goal I can set for myself and then work towards achieving that when it comes to like helping people. Sure, I could be a psychologist. I'm really, really interested in psychology and I always have been, but at the same time, it's not something that there's not like a fire burning inside me regarding that. And I was looking at like university options and psychology courses and jobs and stuff, and sure, the different areas of the field, there are many that seem very interesting, but it's not like I'm like, wow, I really want to do that. And I guess it's like that for maybe a lot of people. Like, you try something, you start studying something, and then you're like, oh, this wasn't really that interesting, and then you find something else to study. I'm not really stressed about that, like studying the wrong thing. I think I've talked about this before, but like, if I study something and I don't like it, then I'll have that experience, and I'll just study something else, and I'll be happy that I've learned what I learned, because I like having knowledge when it comes to different things. I think that's certainly a big advantage in life, maybe, but I'm not looking forward to uni. I think part of the problem is that I don't let myself be excited about things. It's not like I think I'm a bad person for getting excited about things, not at all, but it's just kind of like, I think it's just that I think, like, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. And I think that has really, really gotten to me, like, over the years. Listen, it's not like, listen, like, you know already by watching this video, but, it's not like I think, oh, I don't matter in this world, and that I feel really bad about that. I think I do matter to my family, and maybe people online, and I can acknowledge that, and I don't have a problem with only being a small being in the enormous thing that is space. And I'm not scared of being forgotten after I die, because billions of people have lived before me. Actually, there's like 15 dead people for every living person on Earth, or that is alive, including the ones in space, I presume. And a lot of people have lived before me, and most of them have been forgotten. And it's not like I'll even notice if I've been forgotten after I die, or remembered for that sake. Like Leonardo da Vinci, I'm sure he'd appreciate if he was remembered, or that he is remembered, but he's dead. He doesn't notice. Maybe it's nice for his family or something, if they even know that they are related to him, that they had someone that is remembered in the family, but I don't necessarily see that as an achievement. Like, obviously, it is a big achievement if you do something that changes mankind, but at the same time, it's like, I don't mind if all I do in life is make people smile. I really don't care, because as I said, after death, I won't notice if I'm forgotten or if I'm remembered. And I don't believe in the afterlife, that I need to be remembered to be able to do something, and that's reliant on whether my family remembers me or not. Like, I don't believe in any of that. It's just, that's my dog, because someone rang the doorbell. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't care if I'm remembered after I die, but I'm having issues trying to find something in my life that I can enjoy. Sorry if that's really annoying. That's my dog once again. He sounds like a puppy sometimes, which is funny, because he's this big German Shepherd, but he has this really high voice, if I can call it a voice. Where was I? I don't know. Yeah, right, okay. I was trying to say, I don't feel bad about the fact that I'm just a human being that will be forgotten after I die, and that I don't matter in the grand scheme of things, because I know that right now I matter to my family, and that's all that matters. If it's subjectively, like, purposeful to me, then it is. There is a wait. How am I going to put this? Sorry, I'm distracted by my parents talking, and I'm secretly trying to listen to what to say. If there is a point in something to me, then there is a point to it, because it's my existence, my life, my brain that is perceiving that. So if something is meaningful to me, it is meaningful in my life, and my life is the only way I can see the world. It's very subjective. Does this make sense? So, like, I don't mind if I'm pointless. My existence is pointless in the bigger picture, because that's not what this is about. The point is, it took me a really long time to get to this. I can't really find much enjoyment in existence, because I don't think it matters. It's not that I think that I don't matter. It's just that for some reason, I don't think it matters. So, for example, one day being able to buy a really nice car, I don't care, and I don't want that. So it's probably a bad example because I don't want that in the first place. But it's like, I really don't care about materialistic things like that. I don't want a big house. I don't want any of that. With a specific profession, I don't want anything. With kids or a spouse, I don't want that. Maybe I had a moment yesterday on my Instagram story where, like, I saw this really cute kid on the train, and I was like, maybe when I'm an old man, I can adopt a child. Actually, what I am looking forward to is being an old man. The years leading up to that, I'm not looking forward to that, because I'm quite apathetic to it, I suppose. But when it comes to being an old man, I'm really excited. I talked about this on my main channel as well, but I think that has to do with, I hope that when I'm an old man, I won't care as much, and I'll just exist and find enjoyment in the little things, because right now my head is everywhere. And that's also why I can't really find much happiness in things, because I think that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if this thing makes me happy, because it's really hard to explain. But point is, it just kind of sucks, because I don't want anything. Again, some things would be really nice. Some things would be really nice to experience, but it's kind of just that. Like, even with, this is gonna sound horrible, I have friends in England who I love to death, but people who follow my Instagram maybe would know how much they mean to me and how much fun it is to travel there and spend time with them, and I absolutely love it. But at the same time, a part of me is like, does it even matter? Like, it's gonna be over anyway, which sounds really negative. Even when it's over, it will be part of me, and I will have experienced that, and I will have that memory. So I don't know why I think it will be over, because even when it's over, I'll have that. I will have gained that experience, which certainly does matter and shapes me as a person. But it's just like, I think part of me is like, it's not a big deal. Why does it matter to you? It's not a big deal. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like, even with life right now, what are my goals? I don't really have any. I try and think, oh yeah, I'm seeing my friends in England soon, but at the same time, I'm like, that's a stupid goal, because it doesn't matter. But no matter what goals I set, a part of me is like, that's stupid, it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. You see what I mean? It's not something I'm doing consciously, it just happens. But yeah, so even in my life right now, I don't know why I'm alive, and that's why I have a lot of existential crises, like, often, because I try and distract myself by doing things, but when I'm not busy, or if I'm having a bad day, I just zone out and I just spiral, and it's horrible. It's like simply existing hurts my body, which sounds really dramatic, but just knowing that I exist and feeling like there is no point to anything, like, I physically feel it hurting in my body, and it's a horrible feeling, and I try and distract myself and try and keep my mind from going there, which is probably stupid that I'm talking about this right now, but I feel like I had an okay day, so I don't think I'll spiral as much, but I'm not dead because people would be sad, but I also feel like there's no... It's so complicated, because, again, as I talked about earlier, that subjective meaning, it is meaningful if it seems meaningful to you, but another part of me is like, oh no, it's pointless. I guess my goal is sort of to finish school with decent grades, but even that seems like it's pointless, because why... This is going to sound horrible, but why would it matter if I get bad grades if I could also just not exist? I think that's where the problem lies. You could always just not exist. And I'm not promoting suicide here, because suicide is horrible. And I don't think it's a solution, but I know it's there. Not necessarily suicide, but just death in general. I don't think anything comes after death. I'm actually terrified of immorality. Immorality? No, immortality. Well, immorality too, but yeah, I'm terrified. Like, that's my biggest fear. It's being immortal and living on forever and ever. I don't want that. It just seems so much easier to simply not exist, because you don't feel anything when you don't exist. I can't remember anything from before I was born. I don't think I felt anything, because I just didn't exist. I just wasn't. And knowing that, it's always seems so much easier to just not be, instead of being here and feeling, and also being conscious of the fact that nothing that you do really matters, because you could just not exist and then nothing would matter at all. Like, it's very, very difficult to explain and properly convey my thoughts to you, and I hope I'm not putting anyone in an existential crisis right now. I will link you to a video that I find really helps. I think it's like positive nihilism or something that it's called. I'll put it down below. And listen, again, if it's meaningful to you, it is meaningful. And I think that someone who I know said this years ago to me, but they said that we're here and we have two options. We can either take advantage of the fact that we can feel and we can experience things, and we can, feel, and we can make ourselves feel, and we can make ourselves happy, and we can do fun things. Or the second option is to not do that and just exist. And I think that if you have the option to feel and experience and remember those experiences, and that is absolutely beautiful. And I think you should allow yourself to feel those things, even though it's for just a short moment in comparison to how long the universe has existed. And it won't matter to anyone but you. But you need to take advantage of that and be in charge, because you have the option to feel, because you are alive, and that is a very, very, very rare thing. And I think that now that you're here, you might as well have fun while you can. And yeah, you're not going to remember any of this after you're dead, but again, like, it's a live in the moment type of thing, even though that sounds like a cliche, but it's true. Because right now you feel, even though none of this will matter later, right now you feel. And you should really take advantage of that and make sure that you feel good things if you can. And I think that everyone can. There are little things, even when your whole life is going to shit, then there are little things. And it's funny, because your life can get better sooner, and I guess that's the beauty of things and all of that. But then comes the issue of finding something that makes you happy. What makes you feel good? And focusing on that thing and not zoning out every time you feel good and think this wouldn't or this doesn't actually matter. You see what I mean? You see the conflict here? I think I'm a positive person. It's just that my mind still wanders. So it's like, I'm mainly positive. I like to think of myself as a positive person. Another friend of mine said, I'm a positive person. Well, I'm a happy person, but with a few mental illnesses. And I think that's a very nice way of looking at it. I think I'm a happy, positive person. I want to be a happy, positive person, but my mind just does some weird things sometimes. I should go now because it's been 20 minutes and I'm not going to keep you here any longer. But thank you so much for listening to me. I really appreciate it. And feel free to let me know how you feel about this. If you know any good unis, any cheap unis, any good courses in the UK, specifically England preferably, and housing, and just some practical information or anything when you're an abroad student, then feel free to let me know. Or if you know of any exciting careers or things to study that you think would maybe suit me, then I would very much appreciate your help, but don't feel pressured to do that at all. But yeah, if something pops into your head, then feel free and I'll check it out and see if I can manage to get excited about something. Not saying that I always feel empty, because I don't always feel empty, because people are nice to me, so then I feel happy, or something else happens and it's nice, but it's just that underlying feeling of, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you have an amazing week. Stay safe and hydrated and full of awesome sausage foods, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for listening again. Okay, bye. Take care and stay kind to yourself and others, and do something today that makes you happy. Cheesy, I know, but okay, yeah. Bye.